Hi everyone, Chris here from Melrose T-Tops. I had a customer email me and request a video on how to install T-top weather strips. So real quick, we're going to cover that. What you're going to need is some basic tools, screwdriver, some pry bars or screwdrivers, and some cutting tools. As far as glue goes, you're going to want some type of flexible adhesive, nothing silicone based. A lot of people use the 3M Weatherstrip adhesive. This stuff is readily available in hobby stores, big box stores, Permatex, same type of stuff. Relatively inexpensive, a couple bucks for the tube. We usually just use a black urethane adhesive here because that's what we're using to assemble our tops anyways, and it's just sitting around and it just seems to work good enough where if you want to remove the weather strip, it just pulls right off it, but it still has enough bond to hold it in place. All right, so you don't have to remove, and excuse my lack of video equipment here. I'm going to have to set this down here in a second. Hopefully it'll capture everything. But you don't have to remove any of the hardware. Latches, tongues, they can all stay on. We're going to start by removing, there's 4 Phillips screws along this rail. Those, if you're going to have a problem, you might want to check this first before you even order weather strips. Make sure these screws will crack loose. Do not use a cordless drill. Give them a light smack with a hammer. Depending on how good your bond is, you're going to have to start prying up and doing your best to remove as much of the weather strip as you can. Luckily this one's peeling off pretty easy. And yes, I should be wearing gloves. The other thing is, this is a factory M92A top from probably 80 to 82. These and the collector edition 82 tops have mirrored finish on the inside, and if you remove this blackout or scratch through, it will show up on the outside. If the blackout gets pulled off or scraped off, that's easily touched up with a paint pen. Alright, so from there on you're going to have to get this back to approximately a factory height. If it's fairly flat like this, you can squeeze in some glue and just put the weather strip on right over it. Big clumps like this, you're going to need to remove. As you can see, I've already gouged the trim, which is okay in the back because that's pretty much going to get covered up with the weather strip. You do that over here, it's not going to show up and it's going to look like garbage. Okay, so we're relatively trimmed pretty good. Like I said, no need to go all the way down to the glass. Once the weather strip's on, the pins are in place. It's pretty much gonna be where it needs to be. If you got a lot of time on your hands and you're very anal, feel free to just trim this stuff down as far as you want. But I've done a lot of these in my life and it seems to work out okay. Put yourself a bead of glue, whatever you choose to use. Run it along this pocket here. A little front, a little extra back here. I usually don't put any up here. After that, just install. Go ahead and center your weather strip in and out, forward and back, keeping in mind that that's further adjustable as you get after you get the tops on the car. You can loosen these 4 screws up and slide the weather strip out or in, depending on what you need. And just go along, push your pins in. Alright, I warned you the battery died halfway through the video, so I'm picking up here. The gasket's on, and we usually we'll just put a piece of tape on any points. It usually sticks up back here a little bit, so you want to keep that nice and down in the pocket. And then sometimes on the corners it'll want to fold up a little bit, and just put some tape on there while the glue cures. Other than that, that's it. So hopefully this helped. Again, I apologize for the poor equipment, and I'll put some links on here when I get the other videos made. I'm going to cover T-top glass and how to repair, how to do repairs if the cage nut is spinning inside the frame and you can't get these screws out. See you later.